DC here. Hi, guys and gals. Well, hope you're all well. It is Monday, and on Monday, very often I do some few tags, and today will be no exception. So it'll be, I've just finished doing Jasmine's tag and was cut off by some anonymous phone call that all of a sudden just came up in the screen. Okay, so I hope that doesn't happen this time. Okay, so this is going to be for Dave's last Saturday 7-question tag. Hi there, Dave, and hope you are well. And I'm just thinking about it. Today is your birthday, so happy birthday, Dave. Yeah. Okay, so let's get going with those questions. Okay, question 1. What is your fondest travel memory until now? Yeah, what is your fondest travel memory till now? Ooh. I guess that I have quite a few fond travel memories. I mean, most of you know by now how much I like Ireland and so on. But let's try and find something else. One very fond travel memory that I have is our wedding trip when we went off to the east coast of Quebec into a region called the Gaspésie, and we went camping and drove along the St. Lawrence River up to that region, and there's like different islands. Well, especially in the Gaspésie region, there's the landmark that's called the Rocher Percé, which is a pierced rock, which is really a very well-known landmark in Quebec. And we went to Bonaventure Island, which is populated by gannets, which are a type of migrating birds. So yeah, that's a very fond memory. And like I say, we went camping, and we camped along the way and had, well, it was our wedding trip, so we had a great time. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, so we'll say that's the one, because like I say, there's a lot of fond memories. Question 2. Do you like traveling unplanned, so like a free-spirited traveler, or like a well-planned tourist? Well, I've never been on an organized tour, put it that way. I don't know if I would like it or not. But I do like to know where I'm going, so to say. So I kind of plan. I mean, there were times when we just went off and found a place to stay every night. Depending on if we were camping, it was no big deal, usually. But or finding a bed and breakfast. So that was pretty unplanned. But today I like to, let's say, know where I'm going. Like, for example, if we're going to Ireland, I know that we'll be staying at certain places. And then once we're there, well, you know, I kind of like to make up my mind once I'm there. What will we do? What will we go visit? So it's a mixture of both things. It always depends what you are visiting. You know, like I went, for example, to the when I was in Ireland there, and I had some free time on a weekend, and just simply got on a bus and went off and read about things even in the bus, and got off at one town and walked for like 7 hours. Well, yeah, probably 7 hours all in all, to go to and see a circle called the Drumbeck Circle, which is kind of a Stonehenge in miniature, and that was really cool. And then when I came back, well, I checked out online, and there was a really cool musical when I got back. So, you know, just got back, had a very quick shower, and went to the musical. Things like that, you know. And actually, to say things, though, that's things that you can do pretty easily, or a lot easier, if you travel alone. kind of, yeah. Okay, that's question 2. Question 3. Do you prefer traveling in cities or natural landscapes? I tend more to natural landscapes, but it's a mixture. Like, I do like cities. Once again, if the city has, like when I travel to Ireland, for example, or depending on where, if there's something like for in the evening, of course, it doesn't have to be a city, but if there's something like a good place to eat, or a good place to have a drink with music or stuff like that, or theater, then of course we're talking more about probably a city or a village or something like that. But I've been many times just visiting, simply out fishing, for example, when we were I was going to say newlyweds, but it's pretty much the case. Like, in the first few years of our marriage, we were living in Quebec, in Canada, and when we would go off fishing, for example, camping and fishing. So that was, that was completely in the, in the natural landscapes or on lakes and stuff like that. So there was a lot of that when I was younger. Now we live in Switzerland, so Switzerland is not actually, I was going to say, there's no really big cities, but it's not known for its, Switzerland is known for its landscapes. So if you go for a ride or something, or go off somewhere, you'll probably end up going somewhere, where you're going to be walking or doing an outdoor activity, like, for example, geocaching or stuff like that. So I've combined often geocaching with outings, which means outdoors. Okay, that was question 3. Question 4. Imagine you have the ability to draw or paint anything that you have seen. What would you paint? Well, first thing I can say very much in advance, I do not have that ability. I probably only thanks to the great generosity of the art teachers, if I ever manage to get through any art class. When it comes to painting or drawing, I am not good at all. But if I had the ability, there's certain cliffs that I've seen either in Ireland or in the east coast of Canada. I mean, I've been to some caves in New Brunswick, for example, which I can't remember the name right now, and which were really fantastic. I would draw probably something like that. So seascape, I'm not a person that goes swimming in the sea, but I really love walking by the sea and the cliffs and so on. So that's something like that. And that was question 4. Question 5. When was the last time you jumped? What does that really mean? If we're talking about jumping just for the fun of jumping, probably the last time that I've jumped was when I went hang gliding. That's like 10 years ago, if not more now. And we were told, to jump off the cliff, but we were told to jump for a picture, where you jump and you get your legs up and your hands in the air. Yeah, so that's probably the last time I really jumped. I don't think I've done any other jumping in the meantime. Even running after the kids doesn't count. Okay, so that's question 5. Question 6. When was the last time you tried your hand at something new, and how did it feel? I think if it's manual labor, I guess the last time I tried something new in that respect might have been some gardening or something like that. And otherwise, trying my hands at something new, I do it quite regularly in software and stuff like that, usually in photography, and playing around, things like that. The last time I did something new like that was, a few years back, building a computer or things like that. And it came out well. yeah, so I don't know. I haven't done much new in the last period aside from, like I say, photography and so on. Question 7 and last. What is the one sound that you absolutely love? Your child's words, favorite music, or what about the sound of rain? Okay. So I don't know if it's a question or asking me about those three topics. The sound of rain is really nice. I mean, if you've ever sat outside in the storm and listened to it coming down, that's really, really nice. But the sound of a child, saying first words to you. Like for example, this weekend with the grandkids, I did what I call my camping, where we throw a few mattresses on the ground and we camp in one of the bedrooms. And in the middle of the night, you listen to them breathe, and when they say a few words to you or things like that, or to have them, when they're talking to you, when they say grandpa, the sound of a child's voice in that respect, or when the kids, when they were younger, my kids would say, daddy and so on. So yeah, I mean, I guess I would say in that respect, a child's words. There's a question about music. Well, my favorite music, Irish ballads, and yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, anyway, so I guess that between all these questions, nobody's learned very much new about me, I guess, in today's tag. Doesn't matter. Thanks a lot, Dave. It was a lot of fun, and that'll be DC signing off. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.